Yes, Sweden's role within NATO.
Important. I mean, Sweden's been an incredible addition to NATO. Understand, there's a country that basically had to defend itself for a very long time, but it has a robust and mature manufacturing sector, industrial sector, technology sector. So, look, this is not a criticism, so I don't want you guys to read into this as like I'm criticizing some country. But generally, the additions to NATO have been countries that joined because they were in a weak position, and so they joined because they needed the strength of an alliance. But when we added the two countries, Sweden being one of them, these are two countries that brought to the table capabilities that NATO didn't used to have, and with whom we've already had long-term defense agreements for a very long time in cooperation. So Sweden was an incredible addition and made the alliance much stronger, no doubt about it. And especially now we're talking about, one of the things we talk about is the defense industrial base. I mean, Sweden had a mature defense industrial base that it now brought into NATO, so the opportunity we already work on aircraft together and so forth. The ability to build on that is extraordinary, and that's one of the things we want to be able to do. And beyond defense, on other areas that touch on defense but maybe are not defense directly.
Mr. Secretary, that
did you get a question?
Only one.
I know, but this guy's greedy. All right, this is my last one. I apologize. I got to fly to India. Go ahead.
Greenland and the Arctic. Have you been discussing that?
We had an Arctic. Well, we didn't discuss Greenland today, but we had an Arctic meeting today of the 7 countries, and very positive. We'll have a joint statement. I don't know if it's out yet. It should be out in a moment. And I think there's a growing. Although this is an effort that's pre-existed, I think there's a growing commitment to make it a regular part of our engagements as NATO is to focus on Arctic security for obvious reasons. We're an Arctic nation. We're always going to be focused on the Arctic. It's great to see that other countries are part of this effort now, and that it's going to play a more prominent role. The Arctic is going to play a more prominent role in NATO and in discussions around NATO. So we had our political officers met a few days ago and worked out a lot of details on the joint statement, and then we had a foreign ministers meeting today and potentially a leaders level meeting at some point on it as well. So it's a good forum within NATO, and I thought today was very positive, and the joint statement should reflect that. Okay, I said that was about. I'll do one more because I'm a nice guy.
The president announced 5,000 troops going.
This guy's unbelievable.
I apologize.
All right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'll do you because you're so persistent. Go ahead.
Have the peace negotiations under American leadership in Ukraine stalled? Do you think that Europeans...
the peace negotiations on Ukraine under American leadership, let me just say, we got involved, okay, because we were told we were the only ones that could do it. We were the only ones that the Russians and the Ukrainians would talk to. So we got involved. They were not fruitful, unfortunately. That's the play. We stand ready to continue to play that role, despite leaks that are not true, despite stories out there about us forcing the Ukrainians to take this position or that position, which are not true. If we see an opportunity to pull together talks that are productive.
अमरीकी वज़ीर ख़ारिजा मार्को रूबियो में सहाफ़ियों से गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं। उनका कहना है कि अमरीका से मुआहदे के लिए अब फैसला ईरान को करना है। उम्मीद है ईरान से मुआहदा तय पा जाएगा। फील्ड मार्शल आसिम मुनीर से मुसलसल राबते में है। मार्को रूबियो का कहना है कि आबनाए हुमुस को दोबारा खोल दिया जाएगा। ईरान के साथ डील हमारी पहली तरजीह है। अमरीका ईरान बातचीत में पाकिस्तान ही सालिस है, ये कहना है मार्को रूबियो का। और उन्होंने कहा कि फील्ड मार्शल आसिम मुनीर तेहरान जा रहे हैं, मुआहदे पर काम कर रहे हैं हम, और हमारे पास प्लान बी भी मौजूद है।
अमरीकी वज़ीर ख़ारिजा मार्को रूबियो ने कहा कि फील्ड मार्शल आसिम मुनीर तेहरान जा रहे हैं। उन्होंने कहा कि फील्ड मार्शल आसिम मुनीर से मुसलसल राब्ते में है। उन्होंने क्या कहा, सुनिए।
आपको बताते हैं स्वीडन में अमेरिकी
on this has been Pakistan and continues to be, and they've done I think an admirable job, and that's what we continue to work through. Obviously other countries have interests, because especially Gulf countries that are in the middle of all this may have their own situation going on. We talk to all of them, but I would just say that the primary country we've been working with on all of this is Pakistan, and that remains the case. And it's my understanding he was supposed to go yesterday, but it could be as early as today that Field Marshal Munir could be traveling there very, very soon, and we're in constant communication with him at the highest levels of government, are constantly talking to him.
अमरीकी वज़ीर ख़ारिजा मार्को रूबियो स्वीडन में सहाफ़ियों से गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं। उनका कहना है कि फील्ड मार्शल आसिम मुनीर से मुसलसल राबते में हैं। फील्ड मार्शल तेहरान जा रहे हैं और पाकिस्तान ही इस मामले में सालिस है। उनका मज़ीद भी इस हवाले से क्या कहना था उससे मुतालिक आपको आगाह करेंगे।